Okay, it looks like a safety behind the 9 ball.
This is where Albin is usually very good.
He's gotten away from him a little bit. And it's amazing how just that rail speed is always correct, right? Just laying the cue ball down on the rail usually is the path. First look at Thorsten Hohmann.
Thorsten Hohmann, 2-time champion himself. Not been seen that much on our Sky Sports screens.
Wow, center cut there.
Beautiful opening shot there from Thorsten, wasn't it? Nice bank shot.
What I like is he didn't really question his gut, right? He saw that I want to go offense, even though it's my first shot here in the final 16. He didn't back off.
He's probably going to swing this round off 3 rails, maybe even 4, just so he can put a nice stroke on the cue ball.
A little quick with the takeaway on the backswing. I don't know if you noticed, pretty short with that backswing. That usually goes with a little quick. Bit fortunate with the outcome here. He didn't leave anything easy for Albin.
Yes, it's a little bit worrying, but you know, first rack. They're the type of shots that can give you loads of confidence. Or
well, I don't think there's a scratch in that first side pocket, but watch out cross side. Nothing easy there, and nothing easy here, believe it or not. They're very straight, but these pockets are starting to tighten up a little bit, so this type of shot can be bobbled. He's going to roll it.
Thorsten Hohmann wins the rack.
It's a funny shot, right? I mean, anytime you're on a full hit on this slick table, you're not going to get much bounce, so you may want to draw this ball instead of follow. Cheat the pocket a little bit.
cue ball's going a little near the side.
Very near the side. Wow.
Wow.
And thankfully for Thorsten, he's on the diamond table, right? A lot of side pocket tables, that would have been gone.
So this is to win his second rack, but it's not been a convincing start, but this will certainly settle him down. He's already missed a 9 in this pocket. Can he make this one? You've got to stay still.
Kind of came up off it. I don't know if you recognize the elbow kind of dropped, tip went up. You always don't get the contact on the object ball when that happens. And
extension, please.
Crazily, 2 9-balls missed in the first 2 games.
Yeah, and if Albin can just slot this 9 home, he's got to like what he's seeing.
Yeah, and that was a missable ball, right? That's just funny cueing. It's amazing that 1 or 2 inches, you know, if you're off the rail, that becomes somewhat of a hanger for these guys. But ooh, I thought he overcut it.
Albin Ouschan wins the rack.
A strange little start going on here in the last 16. Day 4.
Put a little inside. Pretty comfortable speed there, Carl.
Yeah, he's a man who knows how to work this type of pool table.
Yeah, talked about it a few days ago. What makes Albin so tough is his the percentages are, you know, as good as anyone when it comes to decision making, and then he also can come with the shot as well as anyone. Really is no weakness in the game, right? You know him better than I do, even, and I don't think you could label much of a weakness.
No, I do agree.
Darren Appleton with a 3-2 lead now and at the table again. Does he just pinch this a little? Oh, he came across. Okay.
Thorsten's had his chances, hasn't he, in the opening few racks to try and get a bit more of a lead, and now he's going to be going 3-1 down against the defending champion. Yeah, he's got the 8-ball in his mind, hasn't he? Let's have a look how he manages this.
Oh, that's long. It's not going to get behind the 5. It is going to leave some distance for a man who has struggled here early.
Yeah, you know it, don't you? And he knows it as well.
Yeah, Albin's no fool there. And maybe, you know, if he saw a different player, right? Maybe he banks at that 2-ball.
Extension, please.
Yeah, Jason Shaw or Phil.
Yeah,
maybe he has a different mindset over that shot.
Absolutely. And the one thing is, I think the guys still have to have the aggressive mindsets. From what I've seen, the balls are still breaking great. Racks, you can still run a lot of racks.
He's got to shoot this ball. He's got to try and find a little bit of confidence from somewhere.
Yeah, he's just got to keep that body still.
Yeah, you don't want to fall over the line, do you?
Yeah, he's just a little quick.
Yeah, there's so much movement going on here. It's worrying. It really is.
Yeah, you know, you don't really have. Yeah, you see, anytime the elbow's dropping that quickly, you know, it's a pretty quick movement on the swing, right? You see the tip way up in the air, right? So.
Yeah, moving forward for the rest of this game, Albin can kind of play with this a little bit on his safety shots, can't he?
Yeah, he can certainly make easier decisions until Thorsten shows him otherwise, right? A lot of people just, you know, roll this up but don't really think about where I want to put that object ball. See him trying to get it past the 3. Now the cue ball came out a little bit more, so he's going to give a 2-rail kick to Thorsten. This is a shot that some may kick softly at. I think it's a medium firm. Try and create a little bit of luck. Because most likely if you kick soft, you may leave Albin off an offensive shot, but most likely he's going to have a nice defensive shot to play again. Could fluke this.
Fast stroke.
Yeah, he didn't let the spin take.
Ball in hand.
And it's just that difficult to judge, but, you know, year after year, it amazes me how many of the kicks the players miss, right?
Yeah, there's an look. You could clearly see it hit the 3-ball.
Yeah, that third game really made a huge difference, I think. Or excuse me, was it game 2? Or he overcut the 10-ball. I mean, the jump shot's the right shot, but there really is nothing to predict here. Maybe just try and dig on the cue ball and draw back off the one, jumping it, maybe? I'm not sure what else you could really attempt. You're breaking up all this bad cluster, but that's just how it is. This isn't going to be what he wanted. So no love so far after a few early mistakes. Say that might be a little hot.
Yeah, he's lost the cue ball quite a good few times in this match, hasn't he?
Really surprised he didn't use the second rail before the side pocket on that shot. I think normally he would. I think he's got to play another bank. Here's that opportunity I was talking about.
Yeah, we've seen one phenomenal comeback last night. Are we about to see another one? Can Thorsten make something happen? Looked like Albin was going to get on the hill. That's the first ball Thorsten's potted since the second rack.
Filler with a 9-ball on table 2 to cut that lead, I believe, to 9-7. Watch out, cue ball. It's been going that way. Oh, my.
Foul stroke. Ball in.
Yeah, he's going to chalk that one down as a poor break.
Yeah, he crossed the one over a
Start
little
the
bit.
clock, please.
You can talk to it all you want, but that was always going to be ball in hand for Albin. Well, not much to worry about as far as speed control here. Very heavy on the 8, so maybe draw the cue ball back where it's at now, somewhere like that.
And finally, Albin gets on the hill. Match going 10-9. We said it was going to be nervy, didn't we? We just know today he's going to throw up the drama.
Yeah, well, these guys that are left in the event, so many former world champions, they just don't miss the balls at the end of the match. They may not always win, but it's not going to be from dogging it, right?
Now, does the 2 pass the 9?
I don't think it. I think this got a little funny.
Is there a combo of some sort, or depends on where it's sat? They see table 2. That is live action. If you're not watching it on Matchroom Pool, get yourself there now, because it's 10-9.
Albin looks pretty confident in what he's looked at here. I didn't see any grimace at all, so he's got to cut this awfully thin, though, not to throw it to the bottom cushion. 9-ball lower left. Yeah.
And it's there. That was unfortunate for Thorsten, but it's just been the story of the match, I'm afraid. The defending champion, he's trying to do a repeat of his title, and it's still on. He's into the quarterfinals. Albin Ouschan, 11. Thorsten, the Hitman Hohmann, 5.
Yeah, it was looking so strong for most of that match, but all about staying in it. Still having the chance at the end of the match, and he finished it strongly, Al Youssef, and he will play Dimitri Jungo or Max Lechner in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Lechner, who made 2 huge comebacks yesterday in both his wins, trailing 10-6 and 9-6, so he's got to feel good. Just all class here this Saturday afternoon. A little bit of a funny shot here on the slick table. Doesn't always want to grab the English as much as you would think coming back and forth, so I like him just kind of smoothing it around. Caught that a little thick, which actually helped the cue ball.
So it doesn't look as though that miss on the 3 is going to cost Ko anything. Played that shot to absolute perfection. Ko Pin-Yi has an early 2-0 lead
wins the rack
against Shane van Boening.
Shoot the 7 into the rail. Looks like he's just going to play the natural cut. Oh my.
Just when he was looking to build some early momentum, he's faltered late on in this 3rd rack.
And the table will tighten up a little bit as the days go on. The felt gets a little more worn, and I kind of noticed that rack, though. He kind of was a little out of line on every shot, just wasn't in perfect, you know, like we expect.
So instead of going 3-0 down, Shane van Boening has registered in this match. Early stages, Copenhagen leads 2-1. Second break and run.
Yeah, that was a big overcut that Shane had on the 5-ball earlier. And this table, we talked about it in the opening match, even though we've gone to the triangle, still breaking very nice, right? So you got to stay aggressive and plan on running some racks. That's what Co's doing here early.
And that is
Copenhagen wins the
4-1.
rack.
Faded back into the pack a bit, but he remains one of the very best players in the game.
Yeah, he's pushed these players, and the speed there is off big time. He's going to need a little luck, and he got it. Certainly didn't want to get that close to the 7, and I don't think he was going for that pocket, that upper right. But he's pushed these players. I mean, these, you know, half the players in this field kind of started their career idolizing Shane, no matter what part of the world you're from.
Well, it's very similar to the Tiger Woods effect in golf, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Pretty much everyone you see under a certain age on the PGA Tour now talks about growing up watching Woods.
And it's, you know, personal fan or not, you have to pay attention to what guys like that do.
What Shane Van Boening is doing here is taking advantage to the full
Van Boening
of a rare
wins the
dry
rack.
break from Copenhagen. He still leads, but Van Boening is now closed to 2 behind at 4-2. Seen Al Shaheen get himself out of a tight spot at least once before in this championship. Winner of that plays Alex Kazakis. 5-3 Co.
Yeah. Oh, another dry break from nowhere here. You could hear the rack a little less solid. Looked like he hit him well.
Well, that's his last.
Disturbed look there from Co. I'm sorry, Michael.
No, if I was just going to point out that's 2 breaks in a row now that have come up dry for him. The other one was in rack 6.
He elected to play a safety, and he laid it down great. Just David Al-Kaidi came with a better shot.
Yeah, well, that defeat was in danger of becoming one of those things that follows you around for the rest of your career. So all credit to him for the fact that the very next time at the World Masters, because it wasn't played in 2020, he goes and wins it. It's a bit like when Rory McIlroy threw away the big lead in the Masters, then went straight out and won the next major.
Yeah, cleanly hit there.
And once again, back to 1 behind.
Shane Van Boening wins
Close
the
one
rack.
this. Copenhagen leads Shane Van Boening 5-4.
I'm not sure what he's shooting here. A lot of speed, I bet. He may have lost the cue ball.
Foul stroke. Ball in hand. Start the clock, please.
As we see it again, Jeremy, that term you used there, all ball fouls. Now, we are aware some people watching this championship might not be familiar with the game, so explain for us, if you would, what that term means.
He's got to get proper on the 3 to get on that pink 4 buried on that left side rail. And not only that,
Extension, please.
this has become a little bit more of a missable ball. Now, I think he's settled in to where I don't think we're going to see Co miss any open shots from here on out. It's just a matter of keeping that cue ball in the right position. Oh, and just as I opened my mouth, Michael.
Oh, Jeremy, what have you done to him? I know Shane's your pal. He's American.
Yeah, didn't expect that, though. And sometimes when you miss your mark on an easy shot like he had from the 1 to the 2, it can affect you a little bit mentally. Still didn't see that coming. And that ball falls on day 1 and 2, right?
Sure.
So our table's tightening up a little bit. Our golden break.
Back here on the main table, Shane Van Boening is closed very swiftly to only 1 behind. I have to say, I can't remember seeing a single golden break on the main table all week. Maybe you'll correct me on that, JJ.
I don't recall any that I've seen at all. Now, I haven't got to watch every outer table, but oh, look at that. Rifled in the side pocket after a couple kisses.
Love to get the miles per hour count on that one as it went into the pocket. Golden break is one of those things that sets the game of 9-ball pool apart. It's where you end up potting the 9 off the break and it wins you the rack straight away. Not seen many of them this week, but Shane Van Boening has got one at a really good time. He looked at one stage not that long ago like he was about to go 8-4 down.
Rack 14.
He got let back in,
Shane Van Boening to break.
closed to
7 by 7,
7-5,
rack 6.
and that has gotten to only 1 adrift now. He breaks in rack 14.
Wow, 2 in a row.
Oh, he's done it again! Well, earlier on we were talking about Coe coming up dry in 2 consecutive breaking racks. This is literally the complete opposite. And how this has turned around so quickly. Coe was looking comfortable at 7-4, 1 bad miss, and only a few minutes later, indeed only a few shots later, it's 7-all.
Yeah, and if we get a camera on Coe, he's taking it, he's laughing it off. He's had 2 dry breaks, and now Shane with 2 golden breaks. What a big difference in the match. And now 7-7, like you said, Michael.
Tell me this, because I certainly can't remember anyone ever having 3 golden breaks in a row. If he does it again, is this going to be a moment of true history?
A little uncomfortable. Should be okay, but maybe place 3 rails around the 9 here. Oh, he played it light. This ball's going to continue to come downward. This is going to get a little funny, Michael. We saw this with Albin a couple times, even though he got through it, but
A little funny, you described it as. Very much doubt SVB is laughing inside, but I know exactly what you mean. So many twists in this match and a little more drama at the end of this 16th rack. But Shane Van Boening has come through it. He's drawn level once again. It's 8-all.
what's he doing with the cue ball here? Is he floating this behind the 5 and the 7? I'm not sure what. Oh, he's cutting at it. May have overcut this. He may get fortunate with the speed behind the 6, though, and he has gotten a little bit of a roll. Of course, he's facing one of the best jumpers in the game. But very difficult because he's got to go up quick with the cue ball, Michael. Very difficult to get the power on the cue ball to get back for position on the purple 5. So I like his chances of making it. Don't like his chances on gaining position.
And when you add all that up and the situation in the match and the way it's turned against him in recent racks, you could say this could be the most important shot of the match so far.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he does to gain position here. Wow, watch out corner pocket, and you called it, Michael. Hasn't been very fun for Code the last 20 minutes.
Well, you know what, normally in a match you can look back at the end and whoever's won, whoever's lost, you can say to them, well, the big turning point was here or it was there. I think whatever happens now in this match, whoever wins and loses, you could maybe pick out 3 or 4 possible turning points you could identify. With some really good memories of his involvement in this World Championship. And from the look of him, he knows what's coming in the next few moments, in all probability.
Yeah, and he'd like to have a few shots back, but, you know, Shane has hung tough and had a little lady luck on his side. And, you know, when you hang tough like a match last night with Mika, you tend to get some rewards in the future matches.
We talked earlier about the epic story of Shane Van Boening's long-running quest to win a World Championship. It includes a couple of final defeats. One of them was against Ko Pin-Yi. And his quest to finally do it in 2022 is in itself developing into a real action thriller. Shane Van Boening was 7-4 down. He had back-to-back golden breaks on the way to turning it round to lead for the very first time at 9-8. And from there, he powered onto the line. Shane Van Boening battles on. He's the only American left in this World Championship. Will he be the last man standing on Sunday night? He beats Ko Pin-Yi 11-8.